Hey everyone, welcome to another review, and this review is for the new kids movie, Minions. Yes, Minions. This is the prequel to Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2. Before I get to this review, I want to talk about the first two Despicable Me's very quickly. I'm a big fan of both Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2. When the first Despicable Me came out, I didn't know what to expect of it, and it came out in 2010, which was a great year for animated movies, and it was a great film. It was great for kids, great for adults, it had colorful characters, great animation, and amazing voice acting by Steve Carell as Gru. And yeah, in Despicable Me 2 that came out in 2013, it wasn't as well liked as the first one, and honestly, I actually enjoyed it as much as I did the first one. I thought the jokes were really good, I thought the humor was really clever for both kids and adults, and again, I liked seeing Gru back, and I love that they brought Kristen Wiig in it, and I actually did like Despicable Me 2. But most importantly, everyone watches these movies for one reason. The Minions. The Minions themselves are like the most iconic characters. They're already like so memorable now. Everyone quotes Minions, even though they don't even speak English. Everyone does the Minion language, like, oh, bottom, bottom. Like, everyone loves the Minions. And then whenever I found out there was going to be a Minions movie, everyone's like, wow, this is going to be awesome. And I was actually really pumped for this movie. I saw the trailer for it. It looked really, really funny. And I'm like, can't wait to see this movie. I finally saw the movie. Was it good? Yeah, it was good. Not great, though. Compared to Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2, it's not even the same ballpark, because those two movies are geared for kids and adults. Minions is more geared just for the children. Like the movie Home, the movie I reviewed a few months ago, the DreamWorks animated movie, I wasn't a big fan of that movie because it was just for kids. It was good for kids, but not good for adults. This movie's almost sort of similar. If you want to take your kids to go see this movie, I highly recommend that you do that, but if you just want to go and you're just a bunch of teenagers or you're adults and you want to have a fun night out, this is not really the movie to see, because this is a straight up kids movie. The jokes are strictly for kids, and honestly, all the stuff that happens in the movie, you really don't care. You don't care much about these characters, and I thought you would, because I love the Minions, but it wasn't very many good side characters. Sandra Bullock as the villain was a good side character, but yeah, let's get into the story first. The story of this movie takes place in the 1960s, and the Minions, throughout history, they've been existing since the caveman times. The Minions have to serve a boss. They have to serve someone, and throughout history, they've served a bunch of people. The opening to this movie was very funny, they served Count Dracula and some presidents and everything, and they always fail horribly when they serve their boss. Something bad always happens. Now this takes place in the 1860s, and they're finally free, but they can't live their lives without serving someone. So their leader, Kevin, and two other minions go to New York City and try to look for a boss so they can serve them, so they can save the minion race, so they can actually serve someone. And then they do. They go to a convention called Villain Con, and they find Sandra Bullock. That's not the character's name, but it's played by Sandra Bullock, and she's actually a pretty interesting character. She doesn't get into the movie till 45 into the movie, but she's pretty funny. She's not as funny as Gru, but she was still enjoyable, and her husband, played by Jon Hamm, was enjoyable, but I wanted much more funny jokes in this movie. There wasn't. I think I maybe chuckled 2 or 3 times. A lot of kids will really have a lot of fun with this movie, but adults, I don't know, I didn't hate this movie. Trust me, I didn't hate it. There's some good adventurous scenes, and the animation design is really, really well done. I love the Despicable Me kind of animation, and I did love the animation in this movie. And I did like seeing the Minions again, even though they didn't make me laugh as much as they did in the previous films. I do enjoy the Minions. They're really likable and fun characters, and the leader, Kevin, is awesome to watch, and I do enjoy the Minions. I like when the Minions are, funny, and they weren't funny in this movie for some reason. But yeah, the rating wasn't just particularly strong, and I can tell the demographic for this movie is just for the young people, and honestly, that's not bad, but I want to go see a Despicable Me movie and laugh and have fun with, and I had fun with it, but I didn't laugh. So the ending was very clever, though. I won't spoil the ending, but the ending to this movie was very clever, and yeah, that got some points for me. I'm like, okay, that was pretty good. But like I said, I just wanted to laugh more. But when I go see a movie like this, I want to have fun and I want to laugh. I did have a little bit of fun, but I didn't laugh. I love the soundtrack to this movie because this takes place in the 1960s, so you got some really cool 60s songs, but you can't manipulate me with music. Music doesn't make a movie good. The writing makes the movie good. Characters make a movie good. And when it's an animated movie, the animation makes the movie good. And yeah, the movie had good animation, Just the story wasn't top-notch, the characters weren't as memorable as they were in the previous films, the jokes weren't all that good, it just geared more to children. And honestly, if you want to take your kids to go see it, I highly recommend that you do that. But if you're an adult and you want to go see a fun animated movie, I'd recommend go see Inside Out, or if you can find it, When Marnie Was There. Those are two other animated films that are far better than Minions. It's not a bad movie, it's not a great movie, and I was a little disappointed. I was so pumped to see this movie, but I was a little let down. And honestly, I think the trailers show too much. I laughed more in the trailers than I did in the movie because all the good jokes in this movie are in the damn trailers. So I don't like when trailers do that. Trailers ruin movies nowadays. That pisses me off. It really does. But yeah, this movie, disappointing. Not a bad movie, just very disappointing. And scale 1 to 10, I'll give this movie a 6.1 out of 10. So yeah, a little disappointing. In the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite of the Despicable Me movies? Is it Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, or Minions? Comment below, let me know. My favorite is still the first one. The first Despicable Me is still the funniest and still the best. But what's your favorite? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.